Hey, what's up, guys? Bob here. I'm with TitleTown talking Thrive Buccaneers versus the LA Rams for that matter. Title, how's it going, bud? How's your Monday?
Good. It's nice seeing you on the show, taking Holden's spot. He's busy for the week, so we're gonna see a lot of you doing podcasts and stuff. It was a good weekend, and I'm looking forward to Thrive Fantasy. Got their $25 contest that we're always doing. The game's interesting. We have a 47.5 total right now. Two good defenses. I'm not expecting a total shootout and stuff like when we covered on Thursday with the Rams and Seahawks. So it's going to be a little different. Not as many overs we're hitting, but I'm excited to jump into it. And that it's a fun format, that's for sure. We've had some success, so I'm excited to dive in.
Yeah, I had to hop on for my guy Holden. He jumped on here for me the other day, so that I had to get us back with that one. Yeah, basically run pure, guys. We match, if you use that as a promo code, we match that up to $50. I mean, Thrive Fantasy matches that up to $50. So definitely something to look into, hopping in this Monday night contest. We can hop into it as well. Just going to pull up the Thrive $25 NFL Monday Night Football, 5,000 guaranteed. First player prop, basically Brady, 290 yards and a half. Over, you get 95 points. Under, you get 105. Title, where are you looking here?
Yeah, so I like the under, as I mentioned in this game. I'm expecting both offenses to struggle a little bit going against two good defenses. Expect Jalen Ramsey to be shadowing Mike Evans, so that limits one of his good options. And this number right now at Sportsbooks is priced at about 285.5, and we're getting juice on the under at 105 points. So the under stands out right away, and we get some plus money on it. So I'm hammering the under for sure on the Brady yards.
Yeah, I think you broke that down pretty perfectly, to be honest. I like the under as well, 105 points. Like you said, we're getting some line value, so don't hate that at all. Brady completions, 26 and a half is the total. Over, you're getting 110. Under, you're getting 90. Where are you looking in terms of completions?
Yeah, so I think this number is priced appropriately. 26.5 is about what I have it too, but we're getting juice on the over and actually pretty good juice with 110 points. So I think there's a lot of value there. We've seen Tom Brady dump the ball down, doesn't take a lot of deep shots and stuff. So if he dinks and dunks up and down the field, 26.5 seems about right. But if it's about right and we're getting 110 points, I'll take that. So let's hit the over there.
See, you're on the over. You talked about it's priced appropriately. I was leaning just passing on this one, but I'll
Yeah, we
take
can.
it. I'll go with you and take the over 26 and a half. We could always pass, right? But
Yeah, we can
uh,
come back to that one too because I think it's priced appropriately. There's some other with receivers and stuff. Thrive Fantasy did a pretty good job today with their pricing. There's some good receivers, especially. I noticed there isn't too much value, so let's pass on that. And if we need it, we can always come back and then hit it.
all right, nice. Ronald Jones, 53 and a half is his rushing total. Over's 100 points, under's 100 points. Any lean here?
No, I think this is one that's priced pretty much perfect. I think you don't get juice on either side. Fournette's always in the equation if they get down, so it has to be game script dependent. I'm just gonna hit a pass on both these.
So you're not liking the over on the touchdown, Ronald Jones prop?
No, because it's about plus 135. I think it's priced appropriately too. And I don't usually especially because I like the under in this game. I'm not sure how many touchdowns are going to be scored, and I'm not trying to bet on that. So that's why I'm just going to pass altogether on Ronald Jones and the Fournette. We don't really know exactly what they're going to do if he fumbles and he gets taken out right away. I know last week they let him roll, but Rams D is definitely good run defense. So I'm just going to pass altogether on Ronald Jones.
Yeah, see, I was pretty much on the total. I was going to pass, and on the touchdown, with the line being what it is, it's moved a half point in favor of basically the Bucks. I just feel like I'd hit the 115 on the over for the Jones touchdown prop, but not. I'd probably pass on the rush yards. Godwin 61 and a half total, over 100 points, under 100 points. Any lean here?
That number is priced exactly right. I think 61.5 is right.
Yeah.
If anything, I would take the over because Mike Evans is going to be shadowing stuff, but 61.5 with Antonio Brown in the mix, Gronkowski, Fournette out of the backfield, I don't see value on either side.
Yeah, I'm pretty much with you. Yeah, that was tough because Godwin's obviously popping a lot of projections around the industry. You got Jalen covering Mike Evans, but then you have to add Antonio Brown in the mix. He saw 39% of the snaps last 2 weeks. Yeah, I'd probably lean the over if I had to decide, but I think it's priced appropriately, like you said. Chris Godwin over 3.5 receptions. I think I know where you're going here.
Yeah, I mean, that's free money. I think you just take
Yeah.
the 85 points and get different and take other juice elsewhere. That number's way too low.
Yeah, it's way too low. I feel like if you're building for thinking this in terms of like a cash game, like this would be a linchpin.
A lock.
Yeah, we're talking lock here. So
Yeah.
Over on Godwin, Mike Evans, 55.5 over or under 100 points each. What's your lean?
See, this is where I think this number is also priced appropriately, and this is where I'm going. I would rather take 110 points for Brady completions rather than guess on the 100 yards, because if anything, I would go under because Jalen Ramsey's shadowing, but we know better O beats better D, and Mike Evans, I mean, in one pass, he could catch a 56-yard bomb and already go over that prop. Yeah. So that's why I think it's priced appropriately, and I'm just not going to mess with I'm not going to mess with either that or the touchdowns, just because Jalen Ramsey's a stud. Mike Evans is a stud. Mike Evans could catch a jump ball, but he could also go 2 for 20. So I'd rather go other places. What about you?
I have pretty much the same sentiment. The one I'd probably feel more secure about is the under on the touchdowns, just because they spread the ball around so much. And then you add Ramsey into the equation. I feel like they could just look away from him in the red zone, but he's seen a ton of red zone targets like we've seen. So
I was also surprised to see he is the highest odds to score a touchdown for a skill position on sportsbooks at plus 120, which really did shock me because of Jalen Ramsey and all that stuff. But we know they throw a lot of fades and slants if he's one-on-one, in which he should be in the red zone. So I totally get it. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I woke up really surprised to see he had better odds to score than Ronald Jones today, which also surprised me.
Yeah, see, that's interesting to me. I think the line would have been more geared towards Jones leading in terms of getting in the end zone. Antonio Brown, 55.5. Over, you get 95 points. Under, you get 105 points. Played 39% of the snaps last 2 games. I think that's going to increase. What's your lean here?
Yeah, I lean the over with Antonio Brown. He's really getting involved. His snaps are going up. I think they're going to keep trending in the right direction. And especially if we're thinking Mike Evans is going to be out of the equation most of the game, Antonio Brown, we know how good this guy is. He's a complete stud, and Brady's going to look for him a lot. He has good air yards and stuff. So I think 55.5 is a little too low. I like the over on that.
Yeah, this would be another lock for me. I like the over as well. I just think, like you said, everything's trending in the right direction for Antonio. Ryan Suckup, 6.5 total points. Over, you get 100. Under 100. I have no idea what to do here. Maybe you have some way to go.
No, I'm right with you. It's a complete pass. We like the under in the game, but they could easily stall in the red zone. Just don't mess with it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Jared Goff, 275.5 total passing yards. Over, you're getting 100. Under 100. What's your take?
I really don't have a lean on this one at all. I think it's priced right. I like the under. I'm a big fan of the Bucs defense and have all year. I think their defense is actually better than their offense, and they've showed it most of the time. I know Saints just absolutely pounded them, but I think the number is priced right, and I'd rather go that's why I keep mentioning the Brady completion and stuff. I think 110 points for the over completions is better than guessing with even money or even points for the Goff. But yeah, I mean, if we expect them to play from behind, then I get it. But I think both teams are going to run the ball, and it's going to be a pretty low scoring game. I like the under the whole game, so I don't have a lean here. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's an extremely sharp take. If you're taking, I would rather lean the Brady completions than anything to do with Goff. And like you said, it's priced appropriately. It'd probably be a pass for me. Now I see why we'd be better to go back up and look at that Brady completion number. Jared Goff, 2.5 passing TDs plus interceptions, over 110, under 90. I like the over here, but I don't. What's your lean?
No, I'm with you. I like the over in this as well. I mean, his prop is 1.5, and he had a lot of juice on the over for touchdowns. I expect him to throw an interception probably against this good defense, and 110 points is good value. So I'm with you on the over.
Yeah, I think that's one of the better values that we've seen so far. Darrell Henderson, definitely seen a decrease in snaps and red zone targets and red zone looks as of last week. 40.5 is his total rushing plus receiving. I think it's priced pretty appropriately. Do you have a lean here?
No, I think it's priced pretty much dead on. They're looking Rams last week used running back by committee, 3 running backs. They're just mixing in. It's really tough to get a gauge on this backfield, so I'm just going to avoid it altogether and not worry about it.
Yeah, not to get off on a tangent, but like this slate and then the Thanksgiving slate, like these running backs it's going to be like Russian roulette, I feel like.
Yeah, it's rough for sure. I agree. There's not a complete workhorse. Even Zeke now in the Thanksgiving sleep Pollard's getting a lot of touches and stuff. So
yeah, that Pollard touchdown really, like I needed that to be Zeke yesterday. Darrell Henderson over on the touchdown or receiving. Like last week, I just want to pull it up quick. Cam Akers, 5 red zone touches. Malcolm Brown, 2. Henderson, 1. Like it's getting tough with these Rams running backs. I don't know why the guy is in Henderson, but I don't know. I don't have a lean here. What's your lean?
I think it's priced appropriately. I don't have a lean either. His sportsbook number to get in the box is actually pretty good at plus 140, which is kind of surprising, but there's no way I'm taking the over and the under with 80 points. I don't think that's enough value, like a complete lock. Like he could definitely get in the box. He's an explosive player. He could fall in the box, but I think it's just better to pass on that situation altogether. Both running back situations this game are kind of unknowns against good defenses. So I like the pass.
Yeah, I'm with you on the pass. Cooper Kupp, 55.5 total. I get the over for 90. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Cooper Kupp's definitely my favorite receiver in this game. He has the best matchup in the slot. I think he'll exploit it, and 55.5 for the number 1 receiver on the team definitely feels a little too low for me. So I'm with you on the over for sure.
Yeah, especially with the positive game script as well. And the matchup, it just seems like you have to take the over there. Cooper Kupp, 5.5 catches for the total. I get the over. I feel like you correlate those two. I feel like you're probably in agreement.
Yep. You said it perfectly. And we get some juice on the over too. So I like it.
All right. Good to hear we're in unison there. Robert Woods, 50.5 receiving yards, over 100, under 100. What's your take?
I think this line's priced appropriately. We like Kupp more, so definitely not taking the over. Seems a little sketchy. I mean, I think the number's priced appropriately, and it's not worth having to guess which way. So I'm just going to pass on that one.
So I guess you're off the Woods touchdown as well, which is the next prop. I should probably move the screen down a little. Sorry about that, guys.
If anything, if we need a prop, I'd rather take the under. He's at like plus 240 to get in the box, and it's just receiving touchdowns too. We've seen Woods go on those end arounds, they like doing the motions, handing it off to him. He can score that way, and that's not even included. So if we need a prop, we can take the under, and I like that for free points. But otherwise, definitely not taking the over.
Yeah, just another Rams ground threat in the red zone. But you're right. That's a good take. They do give it to him on the end around a lot. It's only a receiving touchdown. Plus 240 is not the greatest number. Malcolm Brown over 23.5. I have the over just because of how snaps just because of the line value. And he obviously out-touched Henderson last week. I think it might be more of a grinded out game. McVay likes to play Brown in grinded out games. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it's priced appropriately according to sportsbooks as well. But Brown seems to be McVay's guy now. I shouldn't say the guy, but of the 3, he's getting the most work. So that number does seem really, really low. And I do like the over if we need it. But I mean, it seems like you and I are a lot higher on Brown than sportsbooks are because they have that number pretty much even. But I'm with you. I think McVay likes him the most. And I think it's a grinded out, take the air out of the football, and that number is too low. So let's hit the over on that for 100 points.
Yeah, DK has him at 24.5 on the over.
Yeah, appropriate. Same as Thrive.
It Thrive's 23. You're getting like a slight point. Yeah, I just take the over. I think that's the best move. Reynolds 46.5 receiving receiving yards, but it says receiving TDs. I think that's a typo there. Over 100, under 100. What's your lean?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not getting 46.5 touchdowns. That's one thing I can promise you. But
Yeah.
for receiving yards, I think it's priced literally perfect as well. Reynolds is getting a lot of air yards. He's on the field almost 100% of snaps. Like, he's really involved in this offense and taken away from Woods and stuff. But that number is a lot. Like, we're not 46.5 for Josh Reynolds isn't something that's like screams that I want to hit the over, but I'm also not hitting the under. So it's just a complete pass for me because I think that number is priced appropriately.
Yeah. Snap counts last week for Reynolds. Like, he pretty much in a game versus Seattle, he played 80% of the snaps to Cup's 53, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
McVay, fake sharp. I don't know. Reynolds obviously has been playing better. He's seen a lot.
I don't know
of
exactly what McVay is doing, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't want to. What was your take here? I think this is priced pretty appropriate. I don't know. I don't have a real lean.
I just passed on it.
You just passed. We have to pick two ice picks.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna pass on that one altogether. My Wi-Fi is breaking, and yeah.
All right, no worries, no worries. I'm gonna go back to that Brady completion. We'll hit that. Then I gotta pick a quick one here.
I'm back. I think my Wi-Fi just. Sorry about that. Yeah, for the ICE. I mean, I guess we can go. You said you liked Godwin today, didn't you? For the yards.
I think it's priced appropriately. Like, I don't know. I wanted to. So he's popping in a ton of optimals, obviously, and then you have Ramsey funneling targets his way, but you have to incorporate like Antonio Brown's obviously in that offense, should see a usage increase. I don't know. You said you wanted to go the over with that one as the ice.
Yeah, we can go over at that. I mean, I think Thrive Fantasy, props to them. There isn't too many that really stick out and are completely locks. Like, sometimes there are. So we're going to have to get uncomfortable at some spots, and it's 100 points each way. So if we think Mike Evans is definitely he's going to be shadowed. Rob Gronkowski, I know he's been playing well, but I don't know how much separation he can create against these linebackers and stuff. So let's hit the over for the ice pick. We don't expect to need to use any of the ice picks today, but just in case.
All right, cool. Was that it, or we picked two or just one?
No, yeah, I think we hit. We got our 10 and then our two ice picks. So
all right,
I think we gave everyone our thoughts.
No, solid, good. Let's wrap this up, guys. Run Pure, Thrive Fantasy will match $50 on any use of that promo code and deposit on the site. Thanks for tuning in. For Title and for myself and for Run Pure Sports, we'll catch you next week.
Good luck, guys.